Well, this is going to be a big one to dive into. Yesterday, we had Scott Wheeler out of The Athletic, one of the main prospect dudes on the platform, post his annual top 100 drafted NHL prospects list. Wheeler does some really good work for The Athletic, and this list always causes a big ruckus. The article is going to be linked in the description, and it actually happens to be a gift article, so you don't need The Athletic to go out there and read it. But as you can see, there is a long list of 100 NHL prospects, and every single one of these prospects has a write-up. With that said, let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks guys that are posted and written about, courtesy of some other tweets posted by folks that just went out there and summarized everything. So, let's go out there and take a look at this. Demko's Kneebones at Blue Line Bar Down went out there and posted the too long didn't read of the Vancouver Canucks and Scott Wheeler's rankings of these players. There are 5 on the top 100 list, starting out with Caleb Malhotra. Wheeler has Malholtra as a top 6 center. Braeden Cootes is on the list too. Wheeler has him as a third-line center. Adam Novotny is a middle 6 winger, according to Scott Wheeler, and Liam Ohgren is a third-line winger. Meanwhile, near the bottom of the list you have Jonathan Lekkerimaki, whose ranking by Wheeler is listed as a top 6 or bust. Likely a bust. Now, with that in mind, we can actually go onto the article and take a look at these 5 Vancouver Canucks guys. The list starts out with Gavin, McKenna, Stenberg, Martone, Michael Misa. Makes sense. I mean, is Michael Misa really a prospect at this point? I don't know. Let's step aside from the semantics of it all and read what Wheeler writes about with Caleb Malhotra. A BU commit and the son of Vancouver Canucks head coach and former NHLer Manny Malholtra, Caleb is a well-rounded center like his dad, who impressed scouts and folks around the OHL with the immediate impact he made on a deep Bulldogs team last season, elevating at big events, in big games, and into an outstanding playoffs. Malholtra is already a very mature player, with good stick detail and sound and reliable habits at an early age. He plays with pace, skates well, puts himself in good spots, and has an advanced feel for the game. He plays the game with a ton of poise, holding onto pucks and finding his way out of trouble with smart decisions over it. He has legit hands. He has shown more and more individual skill and has a knack of making little plays with possession. He'll go to the front of the net and competes every shift. He is also a summer birthday with clear physical development ahead of him. He still needs to fill out his frame, and his shot doesn't come off hard, but those things should come and already have, and he has the rest of the tools needed to become a winning top 6 center. So, pretty reasonable, pretty fair. Wheeler has Malholtra as the 8th ranked prospect after all, and a potential second-line center to be. You have to scroll a little bit further down to find Braeden Cootes, though. He is listed at number 95 on this list. He is a well-liked, well-rounded, all-situation center and a leader who has been a go-to player in his age group over the years. He is a strong skater who plays with energy and detail, earning the trust with coaches with his diligent, complete game. Cootes is a good athlete. He plays with determination as a good penalty killer and 5-on-5 driver. He plays the bumper on the power play well because of his nose for the net and competitiveness to get pucks. He gets open and has an NHL wrister and release. He always seems to be lurking around the slot and involved in everything. He works and makes little plays, arriving on time in good spots. He is just a smart, well-rounded center. Now this is where Wheeler goes out there and really goes down on Cootes, I'd say. I've wondered about whether he has enough skill to become a top 6 type, but he also confidently projects as a top 9 NHLer. His U18 sold me a little more on his skill, and there was a lack of talent around him in Seattle, but the World Juniors also showed that against top competition, he can struggle to make an impact offensively. His production has never been high-end, and he's average-sized. He has secondary skill and can make plays, though, even if it's not the focal point of his game. I'm a little lower on him than where he was picked in last year's draft, but his combination of work ethic, smarts, competitiveness, and reliability should result in a long career in the league. Honestly, from the way that Wheeler writes about Cootes, I'm getting like Alex Burrows vibes from this guy. Even though Burrows, of course, was a winger, not a center, maybe all Cootes needs is that number one wing to play with and to really elevate his game. You know what they say, right? Brendan Morrison wasn't the best center in the NHL, but he was playing with two of the best wingers in the game at that time. Then you go over to some of the other names. Novotny is listed a lot higher on this list. He's 63rd overall, a pro-built winger with a short but very powerful skating stride and legit speed. He is also decently skilled offensively and plays the game with confidence as a shooter. He's already strong, sturdy and stocky, with a thick lower half built to absorb bumps and play through contact. He has a feel for the game and enough smarts on and off the puck, with a good sense of where to be and go, though those attributes are more average. Novotny can drive the net and make plays to the interior for himself, but also functions well off his line mates as a catch-and-release, push-and-pop type. He has a pro curl and drag wrister and good hands in tight to his body. He can make plays off his backhand, he breaks up plays and works, he's committed to playing the right way, and supporting the play in the right spots. He's just a good player, and he plays a competitive game for a young player. There's a lot to like about his combination of tools, and he's going to have a long pro career. So, really nice write-up here for Adam Novotny. He is the 14th ranked left winger on this list, and he is noted as a tier 4 guy. That's essentially good enough to be a middle 6 winger. Now, the other two guys, Liam Ohgren and Jonathan Lekkerimaki, I want to skip over to Lekkerimaki over here because he is a little lower, 71st overall. It's kind of interesting that Lekkerimaki is 71 and Cootes is like 90-something. But what should be noted is that Scott Wheeler has always been pretty optimistic on Lekkerimaki because he has some great talent. He has upside as a top 6 power play 1 finisher, but he is imperfect. There are a number of things that allow him to be projected as a top-tier scorer. His catch and release, curl and drag shot, how he hangs onto the puck and makes things happen. He hits holes in the net, frequently scoring low blocker and 5-hole. He's got great hands, a deceptive release, a lethal one-timer, all of these things. But maybe most important of all, he has added more tempo to his game so he doesn't have to default to long shots through feet because he can't attack defensemen one-on-one. He has started to push the pace more and draw more penalties because he's more comfortable hanging onto pucks and taking some bumps. His skating and tight turns in particular have gotten quicker. He has played with a little more fight. He is still figuring out how to be more consistent and how to make his talent work in the NHL. He's never going to be a burner in terms of speed, but he has the skill and finishing. Now, I will say, there has been a lot of discourse about Jonathan Lekkerimaki over the past little while, mostly due to the Shane Wright trade rumors that have popped up. I'm personally still a believer in Jonathan Lekkerimaki, but this is the time where all of that belief needs to manifest into actual results at the NHL level. Lekkerimaki is going to be turning 22 in a little bit here. If he doesn't become a full-time NHLer this season, the chances of him inevitably being one go very, very low over the next little while. Going back over to Demko's Kneebones tweets, he says that the projections that they have are measured, but we have a long way to go with drafting. I was just thinking about San Jose only taking 5 years to rebuild. The Canucks need luck. With a first, which would be generational, a second, and a 4th overall pick, San Jose are turning the corner already. The Canucks will finish at the bottom of the standings no matter what in the near future, but they need the lottery balls to finally go in their favor, or this could take 6 to 10 years to build a top 10 team instead of a top 4 team. Essentially, Landon DuPont needs to come over to Vancouver. That's the biggest thing. And finally, I wanted to talk about one more point that was been brought up from this Scott Wheeler list. Nylander for Hart went out there and said, hey, this is kind of weird. Kevin Korchinski was ranked 19 spots higher than Braeden Cootes. There is a pretty big bias that Scott Wheeler has when it comes to specific names, and that is not going to go away anytime soon. At the end of the day, it's up to these prospects to go out there and prove whether or not they deserve the rankings that they've been given or if they're a little bit slept on. I mean, there's another write-up over here. How is Lekkerimaki a better prospect than Willander? From reading the article, it's that Wheeler sees Lekkerimaki as a high ceiling but a low floor guy, and Willander as a low ceiling, high floor guy, and Wheeler cares about ceilings more in these rankings. They also are in the same tier and 2 spots apart, so he doesn't view the difference as huge. So, if you take a look at it, I mean, yeah, Tom Willander is 73rd on this list right here, too. Maybe not really worth it to talk about as a prospect, because, I mean, he's already an NHL guy. I don't think that's really fair anymore, but either way, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments section. How do you feel about these write-ups and these little conversation points that Wheeler has? Malhotra's a top 6 guy, Cootes is a third-line guy, Novotny a middle 6 guy, Tom Willander, I disregard that because he's already an NHL guy. But when it comes to the Canucks prospects and where they're ranked, how do you feel about all this? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.